Hey there folks, it's Merritt Trainboy here, back again for another unboxing review. So what I got here are 5 engines from Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway 2. And this is the new version of the Thomas Wooden Railway system. Now, if you remembered that last year, this new range was announced, and it's a replacement of Thomas & Friends Wood. So yeah, they have returned to its original name, but also they've returned it to the original track connecting system. So I had got these 5 engines from Amazon. Here we have Thomas, Percy, Diesel, James, and Gordon. Although Percy here had arrived in the mail before the rest of them did. So before we get any of them unboxed, let me show you a close look at one of these small ones. So you can see here, this is what the packaging looks like. It's just a plain box. And yeah, it doesn't show the actual toy inside, but right here, if you pull it out, you can see the little engine inside. And not just the picture of it. So it's similar to this larger one here. If it's a tender engine or just an engine with a piece of rolling stock. And just like the smaller ones, you pull this out, reveals the engine inside. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get them unboxed, shall we? Alright, so I got my trusty knife. And this is where you would open up, I think. Yes. So you can see here, this engine is being held together with like string. Okay, so here's Thomas, free from his box. But although I dare say, if you would try pulling the engine out like this super hard, it will like be much faster. Well, that was easy. So yeah, you wouldn't just try cut the tape off. Okay, Percy's out. And now for Diesel. Take a good look at him first. You know, I'm just gonna cut it. And now cut these. Now, since we have these 3 small engines unboxed, moving on to the larger boxes, which would have to be James and Gordon. Now, that was frisky. And last but no means least, Gordon. So I'll give you a good look around the box first. And here he is inside. So I'm going to try and pull him out by force. Piece of cake. And now to cut the rest here off. There we go. All free from their boxes, and we'll be taking a look at one of each. First up, we have the number 1 tank engine, Thomas, and I'm just giving him a slow spin round so you can see all of the details around him. So, what I would like to point out is that he's got rivet detailing all over him, just like what you would find from the CGI animated series. And also on his cab, there's handrails. And if you look closely through the cab windows, there's a bit of light that's coming from it. That gives you the idea there's like the firebox is going, which I think that's a good feature. And you can see there's the black buffers at the front. And you can see the wheel arch is different, and so is the dome, because if you remembered from the wood range, all of these engines had their domes in a flat circle on top of their boilers. And the wheels have changed. You can see here they look different, and this is to make them more like from the show. And as for the coal bunker, the coal piece is now in a mold. It's just a mold of coal instead of being paint. And as we take a look at the bottom, you can see the name of the character is printed in a different way. So you can see the name is printed like that instead of this way across of the chassis. And there's that number code, and there's a cloud on top. And yeah, that's pretty much I got to say about this wooden model of Thomas. Next, we got Percy. And once again, I'm giving him a slow spin round so you can take a good look all around him. And you can see there's a bit of rivet detailing on his cab. And there's handrails, just like Thomas. And the same thing with the glowing that's coming from inside the cab. And yeah, this shape of Percy is made differently. And just like Thomas, the coal load is now a mold piece. And the wheels are different. Although you see this model has been shrunk short, apparently, because you can see it's got a very short chassis, probably to make I think it's just to make Percy more like what he looks like from the show. And there's his name, the same thing just like Thomas. But as we take a look at the face, almost forgot to mention about that. You'll notice that he's got a surprise face instead of a happy face. So I think he must be surprised about something. But yeah, that's pretty much I got to say about this Percy model. Next we got Diesel. And here you can see all of the excellent detailing around him. I bet the gray lining is to help where those detailing is. Seems to look really nice. And you can see he's got the detailing of those coupling rods. And as for the ladder detailing, where his face is, it's now a 3D mold. So you can see there's a detailing of the ladder at the front of him. And as we take a look at the face, he's looking a bit like a smirk of some sort, and the eyes are pointing this way. Same thing like Thomas. And there's his name. And here's a better look at the top of him. And yeah, what a really nice looking wooden model engine of Diesel. Next we got James, and I'm giving him a slow spin round as best I can so you can take a good look at all the details around him. So as you can see, he's got detailing of rivets, both his engine body and tender, just like what you would see from the show. And also underneath James, there's a detailing like the coupling rods, and there's handrails on both his cab and tender, And there's the glowy effect that's coming from inside his cab. And you can see on the boiler, James has regained his dome because, like I said about Thomas Wood, all the engines had their domes in a flat circle, but you can see here not anymore. And also the wheel arches look pretty neat. They're just molded and not just painted on. And also for this new version of James, he now has bogies. So you can see he's got his front bogies, and while these other three are his drive wheels. That's why he's gone so long. There's his name, and also on the tender. So yeah, this is what, just like Diesel, these are the color black wheels are. And of course the coal load is now a mold again. And by looking at the face, you can see he looks in a jolly mood. What is this? His buffers there. Yeah, nice, excellent detailing. But I have to admit, this is really a excellent model of James because of the detailing of how he looks with the wheelbase and the wheel arches. And finally, here we have Gordon. So I'm giving him a good look around him. And here I can see there is a bit of detailing of rivets on his tender. And I can see there's handrails on both his tender and cab, just like from the CGI series. And also there's that same glowing effect that's coming from the cab windows. And let's see what else. It looks like there's underneath Gordon, the piston, there's detailing just like the piston cylinder, and the coal load is in a 3D mold and not just painted on. And one thing I want to point out is that the tender now has 6 wheels. So if you look right here, there's an extra wheel that's been added into the middle between these other wheels. So you see that middle wheel there? And there's the detailing of the wheel arches, just like James. And of course, you can tell Gordon has become long again, and he has regained these bogie wheels, except this time there's small wheels at the front, and there's big wheels in the back. The tender has also got small wheels as well. So you see here, these are to be the front bogie wheels, while these big ones are to be the driving wheels. So you see there's the underneath. And one thing I would like to point out is that the face, you can see Gordon looks worried for some reason, and his eyes are pointing right up there. So I think he must be, I think this is to give you the idea he's thinking of something, and he's worried about it or feeling nervous. But yeah, that's what I got to say about this wooden model of Gordon. So there you have it, everyone. That has been my unboxing review and close-up video of these new Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway returned engines or I think we would probably call them Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway 2 engines, since this is a comeback for Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway, if you know what I mean. But anyway, hope you have enjoyed looking at them, and let me know in the comments which one of them is your favorite. And be on the lookout for some more videos that will be coming soon. And until next time, this is Merritt Trainboy signing off. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.